Thousands of Americans who've served and sacrificed in the U.S. military are now living without permanent homes in this country. It is an intricate problem our leaders have repeatedly promised to fix. But could a solution finally be on the horizon? Tonight, our exclusive one-on-one with VA Secretary Dennis McDonough on an ambitious project that's now underway, just steps from one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in America, and why it could be a model for ending veteran homelessness once and for all. Here's our Devin Dwyer.
Here's a phrase that should not exist: homeless vet.
For Dennis McDonough, like generations of VA secretaries before him, homelessness among military veterans is a confounding stain on America's promise.
The American people expect that there not be homeless veterans. The bigger problem for us is going to be if we fail, which is why I'm not going to let us fail.
While the number of homeless vets has dropped by more than half over the last decade, an estimated 20,000 U.S. vets still lack permanent homes.
Dozens of homeless veterans had been living on these sidewalks on VA's doorstep just a few months ago, but they've been moved onto the property where they have access to showers, meals, and security.
We saw firsthand last month in Los Angeles, home to the largest population of homeless vets in the country, how McDonough's VA is trying to accelerate progress.
Feel safer over there, Jerome?
Behind, over here, no doubt.
The encampment on the West LA VA campus is both beautiful and baffling. Veterans living in the shadow of buildings originally constructed to house and help them after World War II. Some have been sitting idle for decades.
These old buildings are just down the road from Beverly Hills. They're turning them into housing for veterans on a sprawling 388-acre campus that will be the largest veterans housing project in America.
The vision is ambitious, an estimated $1 billion public-private partnership to transform some of the VA's most valuable real estate into a campus of 1,200 new apartment homes that could house more than a quarter of the city's homeless vets.
No doubt an emphatic answer to an intractable problem. Money.
Steve Peck, a Vietnam combat vet and president of the nation's largest nonprofit serving at-risk veterans, is the lead developer.
Building behind us will be 60 units for senior veterans. The building across the street will be the service center.
So you're out to prove that solving the homeless problem among veterans is more than building a house.
Oh, absolutely. Combining all of the housing and services in one place really gives veterans every opportunity to succeed.
There will be a town center, community kitchen, art and athletic spaces, a therapeutic garden, and easy access to VA medical care. Community Director Tess Banco, a Marine veteran and survivor of military sexual trauma, calls the integration of resources unprecedented and monumental.
I see your smile.
Absolutely inspiring every time I stand in that building and knowing what is happening and what's going to happen at this campus. It's energizing.
But over 6 years since the plan was first approved, just 5% of veteran apartments on the West LA VA campus have been completed. One independent audit faulting a lack of accountability and lack of urgency.
I mean, if a private developer wants to buy a parcel and put up an apartment building, it wouldn't take them 5 years.
It is a funding problem. The water, the sewer, the electricity, the telecom. All that has to be redone. And where is that money going to come from?
Peck says developers have raised only a tenth of the total price tag and also need help cutting red tape.
When the top dog says, let's get it done, then people below find a way to get it done.
Yeah, we're going to cut through all the red tape we can. Some of it we can't. Part of the balancing act are things that are required by law.
It doesn't have a target date for completion.
No.
Why is that?
But if I start to go through the reasons, what it'll do is it'll sound like excuses. We'll get to a bigger number here over the course of this year, upwards of almost 200 additional units.
He says that will build confidence in the project, enticing Congress, the state, and private sector to cut checks to keep it going.
You can see the amount of light in this room. This is a common area.
We saw for ourselves that dozens of units are nearly ready to become homes, but many advocates told us the 10-year or longer timeline to finish the campus is unacceptable.
I know sometimes I felt forgotten.
Nicholas Cormier is a former Air Force air traffic controller and former resident of Building 257 after he lost his job and couldn't pay rent.
This is a humanitarian crisis. It's a war zone. It's, you know what I mean? This is how I see addressing the problem is it's boots on the ground every single day.
Joyce Campbell, a Navy veteran who had a good-paying job and a home until COVID cost her both, turned to the VA for temporary housing to help her reset.
It's allowed me to settle down my emotional state, and get comfortable in looking forward, as opposed to continually watching my back.
The potential to make a big dent in homelessness among vets has won the West LA VA project a small army of backers. Former chairman of the Joint Chiefs, retired Admiral Mike Mullen, is a top fundraiser.
This could be a model for many VA centers across the country.
It seems to me it requires a lot of pressure points to get it moving along.
I've been involved in this project with 4 secretaries, for example. So it becomes very difficult to hold them accountable. I would love to see Congress much more involved.
We work for the Department of Veterans Affairs.
McDonough is trying to keep his focus on the lived experience of vets without a home. We joined him last month to participate in an annual nationwide count of America's homeless in cities coast to coast. He told us being on the streets has given him renewed urgency.
And I'll tell you what, walking around in some tough neighborhoods on as cold a night as we've had in DC is a good reminder of just how difficult it is to be homeless. I've been very clear that I should be held to account for this.
You think the buck stops with you?
What remains is elbow grease, and we're going to apply the elbow grease, and if it's not applied, then it's my problem.
Our thanks to Devin for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.